Hey guys, my name is Angelia. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're not, welcome back. We are doing a very different type of video. This is going to be a little bit TMI, talking about real life things, so if that's not your jam, I would suggest moving on. But you know, I have grown up with this channel and we all go through real life experiences and things come up. So I've always wanted to be transparent with you guys. You know, in the community tab we talk about life and stuff like that, and even in recent videos with the NIFLD and things of that nature, we're talking about real life. And I think it's important to keep that transparency up, to know that we're all humans, we're all having this crazy experience called life, so I don't want to dilute that in any way. I am going to keep it PG, of course, but let's get into it. First and foremost, thank you to Inito for providing me with this device. I'm very excited. So Inito is technically a fertility tracker. It's not just for trying to have a baby though. It's also for getting to know your own body, understanding what's going on with your hormones and things of that nature. So in the nature of transparency, my cycles are completely irregular. I also just got off the pill a month ago. It's been kind of crazy. My feelings and my brain has been all over the place, which I will talk about in probably a different video. I still want to collect my thoughts on all of that. But I do want to get to know my body better. As I said, my cycles have always been very irregular, so I kind of want to know why. I want to see if this will help me to help my doctor figure things out, or if they are leveling out now. I think that's really important to know. At least for me personally, it's very important to know because I want to understand what's going on. I've started to understand the importance of cycle tracking and things like that. So this is going to help me first and foremost understand my body better, which is my ultimate goal right now, is to get into better health in terms of that. So let's dig into it. So obviously I have already cut open everything. I wasn't going to be doing that on camera. You are presented with the tracker and with the strips. So these are more accurate than your standard LH ovulation strips. I think the ovulation strips are fine if you're already regular. If you're not regular, I don't know if it would help as much. So I really wanted to understand every hormone that's going on in there, and the Inito Fertility Tracker tests 4 hormones, which to me is huge. I've gone ahead and taken them out of their little packaging box. We're going to put that to the side for right now. So the tracker is in here. Again, I cut everything open because I didn't want to be slicing things open on screen, but it confirms ovulation, fertile days, and it also tracks your fertility hormone charts, which control your periods and your cycles and all of that, which to me is very important. And it also reminds you, which is super important. So the 4 hormones is E3G, LH, FSH, and PDG. So when you open it up, you are presented with a QR code. This is my specific pairing code, so I am covering it up, but you need to download the app. So I do have my phone handy to show you guys the app as well. Very excited to actually get started. I couldn't get started sooner because I ended up getting my period the day it arrived. So that couldn't be helped, but I do have some user guides and all of that, which is exciting. We have a little cleansing cloth and a little tool in here, and put that off to the side. And then we have the actual tracker. As you can see, I haven't even taken the tape off or anything like that. I've kept it fully in its little packaging. All I did was slice things open. So it is specified for your specific iPhone. Unfortunately, it is only for iPhone right now. I believe they did say that they are working on Android compatibility, so that is coming. But this is like having a little lab at your house. And the cool thing is, like, I can go to my OBGYN in a few months if things still aren't fixed after getting off the pill, and I can present to her these hormones and she can help me from there, instead of having to pay X amount of dollars to my insurance company, which she has already told me they will classify even just tracking hormones to regulate periods. They're going to consider it as fertility and infertility and probably not cover as much as they should. So that's why I got this. That's why I've been so interested in it, as well as, you know, we do want to have kids at some point in the future. So I feel like understanding my body better is the first step to that, especially as I'm getting off of birth control. So I set him off to the side just for now. We do have instructions for use, a user care guide, and redoing the battery, just in case your battery does die in it, which it probably will. That's just life. In here we have the test strips, which are pretty cool. Again, I already opened this guy up for the camera because I wasn't going to be fiddling with it too much on screen. So inside you do have the little specimen cup. P. It's for P. But we do have this here. You have to fill it to this line specifically, so we will be utilizing this guy. And inside are just your standard test strips for the device. You can buy extras of these. I believe they are $49 for a pack of 15. So for this first cycle, my app does want me to track for 10 days. So most of this box is going to be completely obliterated. So I did go ahead and set all that stuff to the side. You will have to take off your case, so I'm gonna have to pry this guy up in just a moment. My phone would kindly turn on. So this is what the app looks like. Hopefully, I think the brightness is actually okay for once. So as you can see, I had, again, this is gonna be TMI. I had my period all this past week. It did basically end on Thursday. It's just kind of being a jerk right now. That's actually the shortest one I've ever had in my life. Aside from it being a bit of a jerk, today was the day that the app wanted me to take the first test. So that's what we're going to be doing on camera. I will be testing for 10 days straight. So if you look at the calendar, if my camera would focus, we have these little triangles that want you to take a test, which continues until the 6th of May. And then it'll have more information on my body and what's actually going on with me, which is, again, that's my number one right now, is to make that healthy, get healthy in that respect. And then we'll talk about kids and all of that. I really want to make sure that I'm at my best. I'm completely healthy for that. That's also why I've been doing all those doctor's appointments. You've been seeing me talk about going to GI and going to the urologist. I wanted to make sure I was completely healthy before diving into my reproductive health, which I think is just as important, if not more so, in terms of your overall health. And for me, it's also going to be very important for my mental health to know what's going on. I'm a bit of a control freak when it comes to my health. I want to know every detail that's going on. So this is going to be paramount, and I'm so excited to start on this journey, take you guys along with me for a little bit. You know, we're not going to get too into detail on this channel. This is a gaming channel, but I do want to be transparent. I will probably end up starting a secondary channel where we're going to be talking about all things period and real life and things of that nature. But this is my primary focus right now, is, you know, having this adventure with you guys specifically, who have been with me since I started this channel in 2016, 2017. So for me, that's incredibly important. You guys are more than just viewers. You are my community. You are my friends. And I truly appreciate having that support system, and I appreciate all of you. And that's why I want to be so transparent with all this. So this little tab says pull to turn me on. So I guess that technically starts the battery drainage use. So on this side, it says the warranty is voided if you insert the paper end of the test strip into the device. I believe it does ruin the device and you're just out of luck there. So you do have to remove this guy before your very first test. There's the little lever. Stick that to my desk. I'll clean that up later. Oh, and it just, you can't really see it because there you go. It kind of just opens up. I'm going to go ahead and get this attached, get it all set up, and then I'll show you guys once we're finished with that part. So I did remove my case, and it looks like you just kind of slide it onto here. It is going to be a bit of a snug fit. So hopefully that is correct. Doing my best here, but it did just slide right on, which is nice. So I believe it is attached to my phone, and there we have it. It's pretty easy. It just slides right on. Obviously I took my phone case off. Also, this is your reminder to take your phone cases off every so often and clean it. I realize how filthy my phone has been underneath this case this whole time. So this is your reminder, clean it once in a while. So I have all the little guides ready. I'm keeping the cup off camera because that's kind of gross. So we are going to go ahead and click on test at the bottom of the screen. Let me adjust my brightness. Okay, hopefully that should be a little bit easier for you guys to see. So it's your yes. So again, it's gonna ask you a bunch of questions, fill it to the cup, blah, blah, blah. Next. So we're going to dip the paper end for 15 seconds. It looks like this will actually start a timer for you, which is super nice. So we are going to utilize that. I'm going to use all the tools that the app provides in this just to make it, you know, a thorough review on this guy. So this is what the testing strip looks like. So we are going to go ahead, start the timer. Okay, so it's already been done for 15 seconds. So we're going to click next. So I'm going to remove this guy, put it on to the side of that testing strip. Wait, it's nice and protected, so this is what you are left with. Clicking next, reference, just putting it right on here. The phone is on a flat surface. So we are going to slot this, the color side facing up. So here's this. I'm going to put this back down on here. And now we are just waiting for it to go through. This does take a bit, so I'll be back with you guys once it's done. So I did want to actually go over the results that you may get while this is still running. So there are a variety of results that it could potentially end up being. So we have low fertility, high fertility, peak fertility, ovulation confirmed, waiting for PDG, which is your progesterone to rise, or ovulation unlikely. That's the one I'm very interested in right now, is the ovulation, because if you're not ovulating, then it's kind of hard to have a regular cycle. So that's my main concern at the moment. And then obviously in like a few months, a year or so, we will worry specifically about ovulation for having kids and all of that. But for right now, I really want to make sure that I'm at my best and I'm the healthiest person I can be. So I'm very interested to see what it's going to say. Fingers crossed my body is functioning the way I want and need it to. But if it's not, then I know I can go and get assistance from my OBGYN if I do need it, which is great. So it does also tell you the interpretation of the results. So if it says low fertility, it means the fertility hormones, low levels of LH, E3G, PDG, or FSH are detected. Fertility level though is still low. When it's high, it's a rise in the E3G hormone, and I will put up all the names of the hormones and what they are on the screen for you guys. Peak fertility obviously is when the LH rise has happened, which is when ovulation should be starting. Then ovulation confirmed is when it does actually happen, obviously. Then if you're waiting for the PDG to rise in PDG has not been detected in this current cycle, which means your progesterone did not rise. Then ovulation unlikely means that the rise in the PDG or the FSH did not happen, which means you probably did not actually ovulate that month, which again, that's so important to women's health. So I think this device is great if you're trying to have a kid, but it's also great if you're trying to get to know your own body better, especially if you have something going on. You're just like, why is this not happening? And you know, I've had testing done. Nothing has popped up in terms of any sort of PCOS or endometriosis. So this is what I'm working with here. So I'm really hoping that this can help me kind of identify if my hormones are just kind of wonky, and that's why certain things aren't happening when they're supposed to be. So that's one of the big reasons I reached out to this company, and they were so kind to me. Absolutely love them. They've been fantastic through this entire process, and I'm excited to continue to work with them through this. As such, since I am having to test for 10 days in a row, I will be adding to the end of this video. So you guys won't actually be seeing this until it's completely done, which I thought was a better idea than leaving you guys hanging and doing like a part 2. You know, when I watch a video about certain things, especially stuff like this, I want to see the results. I want to see the whole thing. So I will be sharing my charts with you. I will be showing you what exactly has happened. I won't be filming every day because that's a lot. That's a lot of days just waiting here for testing, but I will be doing it on my own and then sharing the results with you guys soon. In about a week and a half, you guys should be seeing this video from the time I'm recording it. So I am recording this on April 27th at about 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning. So you guys will be seeing this in the first week or so of May, when I've done all the testing and can properly share the results with you and my final thoughts on it. As you can see, the strip is still processing through the device and into my phone, which again, this is such a cool thing. There are actually a few devices out there that do very similar things. I was really interested in Inito because it's not just for getting a baby. This is also for women who are trying to understand their bodies better. And a lot of the other devices, they want you to have a completely regular cycle, and I do not. At this point, I'm not even sure what's going on. I got off the pill a month ago, and I did actually get my cycle right on time, which is very weird for me. So I'm hoping things have been fixed. Again, I will be probably making another video talking all about that and all those details. That will definitely be on a separate channel. I'm not going to flood my gaming stuff. Okay, so we do see low fertility, which is normal. I did just get off my cycle a few days ago, so I was definitely expecting this. So this is perfect. So we're going to click back. We can see we have low fertility today. It means it says your levels of estrogen and LH have not yet risen. This means that you are not in your fertile window. The app will ask you to take further tests to detect the rise in hormone levels. So for the next 10 days, I will be testing. I will be seeing how things are shifting around and changing. Now I do want to check my chart. So currently my chart is a little bit blank because I've only done the one test. You can barely kind of see the little dots for today's test. But when I went over here to the home screen, you can see the hormone level. So the E3G is at 53.66, LH is at the LH is at a 0.06, the PDG is at a 0.32, and the FSH is at a 1.83. So all those hormones are relatively low. Again, the cycle did just end, so that I'm pretty sure is normal, but I will be testing over the next now 9 days to let you guys know how things change, what's going on, how I'm liking this app and the device, and all of that. So for now, I will see you later. So we are back. It is officially May 9th, and we started this journey on April 27th. So it's been quite a bit of time since the first part of this video and today. So I wanted to go ahead and look at the chart with you. We also are going to do a screen grab on my phone in a minute, but this is what the actual chart ends up looking like. So as you can see, everything is kind of up and down. Again, I just got off the birth control pill in March, so I'm not expecting my levels to be great just yet, and they're not. They're kind of all over the place. They're relatively low aside from the estrogen, but this is just kind of a little glimpse of what your chart actually looks like. You can go ahead and export it into a PDF to your computer so you can keep it if you want to, or if you need to send it to your doctor, which is fantastic. I'm not panicking just yet over mine that I need to run over to my doctor and start chatting with her, because I'm gonna give my body a little bit more time to regulate and get back to normal. But I do want to do a quick screen grab so you guys can kind of get a feel for the app a little bit better rather than me just showing it on the camera. So let me go ahead and get that set up. So I have the app up. You'll be seeing it on the screen right now. This is what it looks like when you're actually in the app. So you can actually go ahead and click on each little nodule and it will tell you everything you need to know if you don't remember what happened. I also started tracking my temperature today. So this is what my chart looks like. Again, it's all over the place. You can see it up on the main screen that we just talked about. It also shows you when things are better for having a baby and things of that nature. Sorry if there's any breaks. I was getting Instagram notifications, which is really irritating right now. As you can see, it showed me at high fertility here, which this was just a few days after my cycle had ended, so I don't think that was correct. But Inito is still getting to know my cycle, is still getting to know my hormones and everything, and I'm not expecting it to predict everything immediately because it doesn't know me yet. It doesn't know my pattern just yet. I don't even know my pattern just yet because, again, I just got off of the pill a few months ago. But it is interesting to see everything laid out for you, especially if you are having problems and you can just take this to your freaking doctor, which personally I love because I've been kind of dreading doing those types of testing because I know how expensive it can get, and this is just way easier. So I do want to go over and show you the calendar mode, which I feel like I use this more than I use the chart. Actually, it feels, I don't know, it's just easier for me to navigate. So if you click here, you can see I was waiting for my progesterone to rise, which it didn't, because again, I think I'm still figuring things out with all of that. But if you go down to the bottom, it shows you all your hormone levels. So you can actually just glance at it through this page, which is a lot easier. So you can see everything was a little bit higher here. And then again, mine are fluctuating a lot. Mine are kind of all over the place, which I feel like is fairly normal when you're just getting, you know, back to normalcy and stuff like that. But it is really nice to be able to see numeric values. And this was the high fertility day, which again, I don't think was quite correct. Maybe just because the LH was higher would be my assumption. But all in all, I really enjoy this app. I really enjoy the device. It's giving me a lot of insight into my own body, which again, I love. Also, if you go over to the hormone chart page, just while I'm thinking about it, if you click on the info page, you can click on reference ranges, and it does tell you what is considered normal during the various weeks of your specific cycle and what you're looking to see. So if something's a little bit off, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Obviously, if you're having problems, check with your doctor. That's number one always. but it is handy to have like a nice little guide there. And it actually does also show you your actual cycles if you want to look at that. Just in case you don't really want to look at the calendar mode, you can just get a list, especially if your doctor just needs a quick list, you can do that. There is a shopping tab. I have some in my cart right now because I do need to order some more. There's obviously the testing part. And yeah, so that is about it. All in all, I do really enjoy this app. I am definitely going to be utilizing it because I feel like it's such a handy insight to your own body and what is going on, not just for if you're trying to have kids. Sure, that's fantastic, but also if you have something that's going on and you just need to get to know your own hormones and your own body a little bit better. I love that about this device because it's able to give you what you need without having to run back and forth to the doctor like a few times a week, if not more. So I like having it at my fingertips. I like being able to collect the data on my own and then being able to take it to my doctor if I need help. So that is a huge plus. I'm going to continue to monitor my own hormones throughout the next few months, see if anything changes and gets a little bit better. Fingers crossed they do. So if not, I'll be able to actually give this to my OBGYN and be like, hey, look, this is what's been going on. Can you help me? But yeah, I want to give another huge thank you to Inito for allowing me to test out their device. It's fantastic. I freaking love it. It's legit sitting on my bedside table so I can use it every morning when I wake up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this. I hope this helps you if you are also struggling with hormones. And again, I just want to keep everything very real with all of you. We're all humans having this experience together. We're all growing up. Not everything is about games and stuff like that. So I just really wanted to make it known that I'm a human too. I'm also going through things. You're not alone if something is happening to you. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a magical day and I will see you guys next time. Bye!